Bahubali is an Indian epic film following a man named Shivudu who goes on a conventional hero's journey to uncover secrets in his family history, restore honor to his name, fight the bad guy, and so on. The problem is, this man has some of the most overpowered strength seen in a Hindi film, and that's saying a lot. So today we'll be analyzing one of the most influential scenes in the movie Bahubali, where Bahubali lives as Shiva Linga to restore happiness to his mother. Let's watch the scene.
संभ्रम भ्रमन्निलिम्प निर्झरी विलोल वीचि वल्लरी विराजमान मूर्धनी धगत् धगत् ज्वलल्ललाट पट्ट पावके किशोर चन्द्रशेखरे रति प्रतीक्षणं मम
दिशाओं में तेज सा वो छाया, उसकी भुजाएं बदलें कथाएं, भागीरथी तेरी तरफ शिव जी चले, देख जरा ये विचित्र माया।
So right off the bat, this movie is not the most realistic, physically. But we're going to set aside those elements and focus on the specific part where Bahubali literally powerlifts the Shiva Linga, the large stone statue. What we want to find is the force of the stone acting on his biceps, and understand if that's even possible to withstand. The method we will use to derive our answer is finding the muscle force at Bahubali's right elbow joint by finding the sum of torques about the elbow. From the movie scene, we can see Bahubali lifts the linga with his right arm under it and his left arm on the side of it for balance, so it's safe to assume his right arm does all the work. Let's look at this diagram that describes the forces acting on different parts of Bahubali's forearm around his right elbow. The four key forces in action here are the force of Bahubali's bicep, the force of his elbow, the weight of his forearm at its center of gravity, and the weight of the Shiva Linga. It's important to note that these forces act on different parts of Bahubali's arm. Now let's make this diagram a bit simpler. We can now understand the pieces of information we need to add to our sum of torques equation. In addition, the force of the elbow joint is rendered extraneous because it acts on the pivot point. So let's find out those pieces of information. The mass of a stone Shiva Linga of that size is approximately 250 kilograms. So the weight of the linga is that times gravity. We use 9.8 meters per second squared in this case, and that becomes 2450 newtons. Next, the average mass of a human forearm is 1.87% of total body mass. Bahubali's actor weighed 136 kilograms for the role, so the mass of his forearm would be approximately 2.805 kilograms. We multiply by gravity, and that weight of the forearm is 27.48 newtons. Finally, we need to find the distance from the point at which each force is acting on the arm to the pivot point, or the elbow joint. On average, the distance from a bicep to the elbow joint is 4 centimeters, or 0.04 meters. Finding the center of gravity of the forearm and its length. For physics' sake, we're going to say the weight of the forearm is evenly distributed and its center of gravity is going down half its length, and the average length of a forearm is 0.46 meters. We now have the three distances at which the forces act. regarded that the weight of the Shiva Linga acts on the very end of the arm and the weight of the forearm acts on its center of gravity. This is what it looks like plugged into our sum of torque. So the force the biceps must exert to hold the Shiva Linga in equilibrium, assuming Bahubali follows proper weightlifting form and lifts with his legs, is a whopping 28,160.6 newtons. Just to put that into perspective, the maximum weight a bicep has curled in human history is 113 kg, which amounts to a force of 512.587 newtons. Therefore, the force the hero's muscles would have exerted is 55 times the world record, and his muscle tissue would severely strain and tear trying to do so. Either way, that is some powerful movie magic.